You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop on the road of life. You can't stop. You can't stop moving. Keep move. Keep that pace. You switching to gear. Let's go as we climb up the hill. Don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working. It's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady. Don't watch the clock go round. Cycle.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on episode 100? Can y'all believe it? This is Adionne. Listen up to Torelli and the Fuse. I'll be back.
We are learning, always turning later. Cannot stop the time. Always merging into lanes that better suit us as we ride. Switch it up. Switching to gear, let's go. As we climb up the hill, don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working, it's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady, don't watch the clock go round.
As I said, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you're listening to Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us extraordinary folk doing the damn thing the best way we can. And I'm just going to get right to it. I'm so excited. Today is episode 100. And so it's natural that today's topic is your dreams can become reality. And it's not just about this podcast show. It's just, well, I'm going to share something else with y'all. So I've been telling y'all that, well, I'll wait for a minute. Well, anyway, it's not just about the podcast show. It's about the fact that when you set out to do things in life, and those things might cause for you to make some adjustments, and some of those adjustments might be things that you always knew you needed to make in your life, but because you have such a big heart, you never made them. You pushed them back, you kind of put them on the back burner because, when you have a big heart, I have a big heart. You want to be there for everybody. You want to be everything to everybody. And I have always kind of put everybody before me, in a good way. I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't change anything for nothing in the world, because everything adds up to create the person that you become in the future. And during your time of your journey of learning, you are learning from others as well as they are learning from you. Hopefully you are inspiring and encouraging others just as well as they are inspiring and encouraging you. And even when it's something like times I've been able to lend my talents and my gifts to others, I still was learning from them because I was learning what worked. What was it that I had to share with people that can help other people. And the things that I was sharing, the way I was sharing them, if it worked, if it didn't work. The biggest lesson that I learned is that I was enabling people. I was disabling people. Let's say it that way. I was disabling people, a lot of people that I was helping, because I would do majority of the work for them. And so in going to the retreat center for the 7 months and staying there, that was something that I learned. So let me bring some of y'all up to speed who might just be listening to the show because it's 100 episodes. I went to a yoga and meditation retreat for 7 months, and I worked for them, and in exchange, I apologize. In exchange, I gained so much. I was able to have time for me to go inward, to learn what yoga really was, to learn how important meditation is to your life and how much it can change your life. A lot of people think that yoga is a form of exercise, but it's not just that. It is a way for you to learn how to become aware and to connect with your higher self, to connect with the true essence of you, of your spirit, of your soul, to learn how to figure out your purpose in life and learn how to pretty much reach back and see what are your strengths. What is it that you really are here to do? What is it that you came here to add to this world, and how should you add to this world? It is so, I'll say it was so much for me. You know what I mean? Some people, they might not have, received what I received. But one thing I learned being there was I wasn't the only person that felt like there was a void in my life and there was more to life than just money and materialistic things. And there were people there that pretty much doctors, people that worked for Apple in Silicon Valley, engineers. People that had big, high positions. There were actors there that actually were on the soap operas, It was so many different type of people, different backgrounds of people. And I learned so much from all of them. And I'm hopeful that they learned a lot from me as well. And I wouldn't trade that experience for nothing in the world because it allowed me to get to the point that I am today. People that know me know that I've always been a person that's been blessed with many talents, many gifts, and I've always spread all of them in so many directions because I just didn't know which one to do. I was trying to do them all I'm going to stop saying trying. Okay, I was working at doing them all at the same time. So therefore, none of them really received 100% of me, And so when you learn, now everybody can't go on a hiatus for 7 months like I did. I was very blessed and fortunate that I was able to do that. But you need to find a way to get your me time. And if you've been following the show, I'm very passionate about everybody getting their me time because a lot of times we go through life and we're doing so much for so many other people, and then we come in last place. And then we wonder why we're stressed out. We just don't have any energy to do anything for us. We don't have any desires to go after dreams and visions that we had so long ago. They become buried in life because that's what it is. We're running and always working at catching up with life. It just seems like you're never ahead of the game. As soon as you get ahead of the game, it seems like something comes along and just knocks you back down. Well, that's why I wanted to make this show about, the fact that dreams can become reality. But it's you that has to make the decision that you're going to make the alterations in your life to allow the gifts and the talents and the visions and the dreams that God has put on your heart to pursue. And pursue it without ever stopping. So with this podcast show, I started, August 13th, 2017. But if you've been following this show, I've had so many transformations in between. But when I decided to do this podcast show, I decided that I was going to be a different person. I was going to go at this in a different way, and I was going to make whatever sacrifices I needed to make without second guessing it. Whatever my gut said, whatever my higher self, my spirit spoke to me, I was going to do it. That was my mentality. So just to back it up, this podcast show, yes, I went after, worked at starting a podcast show, I believe maybe, I want to say 2015, but then I was going to do an online radio show even further back than that. So I started both of them, learned what I needed to learn, but I never went the full length of it because I let life get in the way. And I let that be my excuse to stop doing what it is that I really wanted to do, And then here it is, years later, 2017, it took one of my clients, 96-year-old client, telling me every time I went to see her, I really think that you need to tell your stories. I believe that people will get something out of your stories. I believe that they'll be inspired by your stories. You always, get me up out the bed when you come see me, and you make me want to do more, instead of just laying in the bed. Because she was healthy, but, of course, she wasn't as active, I'll say that, as she once was. But she had the ability to be active. But she wasn't surrounded by people that were encouraging. Her kids were taking care of them, but they weren't really encouraging. A lot of them were sickly themselves. So it was kind of hard for her. But just as much as she got things out of my stories, I received a lot from hers. And you would think that a 40-something-year-old and a 96-year-old might not have too much in common. But I know that God will place people in your life just to remind you that it's time. It's time for you to do the things that you came here to do. And my gifts have always been something that can help others. It was never just about me. Even when I was making clothes, I'm making clothes for other people. When I was performing and recording music, the music was for other people. I still get emails from some of the music sites that my old music is on, telling me how my music is touching them. And they are asking me for more music. I'm 48 years old and they asking me for more music. And it's like, it just reminds you that at some point you have to give back what God gave to you, and see where it goes. And it's not always about the money, but it's about the feeling. Because you think about this. We go, some of us go to a job, every day like clockwork to go get that check. But how much are you getting out of the job outside of that check to pay your financial commitments? So it's like, this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. You're never going to do anything else to get something out of it, even if it's volunteering, doing the thing that you love to do, to wherever you want to volunteer. There are so many organizations that need volunteers to come in and help out. We all need to get back to ourselves. We all need to get back to that little kid that someone asked at one point in your life, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now, some of us might be a little too old to, do a few things, but really we are never too old, because if you feel like you're not physically fit to do something like, play a sport or dance or things of that nature, it is not too late for you to go and teach kids how to do that same thing. You can never understand the joy that I felt every day that I went to the Boys and Girls Club to teach them media and fashion, or to the different schools that I contracted for to teach them technology and how to build websites. That was one of the best times in my life, outside of the jobs or the careers that I was involved in, that I was making way more money from. So that tells me something. That tells me that if it makes me feel that way, I'm sure it'll make everybody else that feel like, well, it's too late. It's too late to do my dream. It's too late to go after my vision or pick back up the goals and things of that nature. No, it might not come out the way you want it to come out. It just might take on a different form. So just like this, I'm going to share with y'all. So my big surprise is I am releasing 3, not 1, but 3 books this month. One is the revised version of Lessons I Learned as an Entrepreneur. Dreams Can Become Reality, and I'll tell y'all about each one. The other one is Transform Your Life, Discover Your Purpose. And the other one is Visionary Dreamer 90-Day Journal. So the Transform Your Life is a workbook. The Lessons I Learned as an Entrepreneur, that is the main book. And in that book, I'm going further into my life and all the lessons I learned from each thing as an entrepreneur to help you out. If you are working at becoming an entrepreneur, if you have a small business, even if you're not, this is not just for entrepreneurs. This is for just people that want to do something different with their life, even if you just want to volunteer, But each book ties into each and it's just like, if you want to go deeper, the workbook is full of assignments to help you to identify with who you truly are, to help you to remove a lot of those deep-rooted issues that's been a blockage in your life since forever, to help you to understand who you truly are. Why you act the way you act, why you do the things you do, why are you fearful of doing or not doing the things that you want to do. That is what all 3 books are about. And I really, truly planned on them being available today. But this was a hefty task. And this is why I'm not on social media that much, because after I'm working to make money, this is what I do, I'm working at doing things to make a difference, not just in my life, but in the lives of others. This show has proven to me that if I can do this, and if I can let go of, I'll say, pride, ego, fear, then you can do it too. When I first started the show, I didn't have any listeners. If you remember, I started in June 1st, June 2017. After my client kept telling me, you need to tell your stories, you need to tell your story. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this? I made up a separate Facebook page because I didn't want it to be, people are just supporting just to support because they know me. I really wanted to see if what I had to say would make a difference, to just strangers. And it was good for me to start from scratch just to see what I was made of, and for me to build back up confidence since I hadn't been in the entertainment world in a while and doing too many things out there. So it was like all around the board going to be a win-win. I believed in my heart. And for me, when I took on challenging myself back in June 2017 to go on Facebook Live, a straight page that I really didn't know nobody, and just go on there every day, no matter what happened in my day and no matter what time, long as I went on every day to talk about something that would inspire and encourage people, And so when I completed my 30 days, I went on to create my blog and bring my blog back to life, chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Now, I do got to revamp it. I've been working on a book, so please, y'all have to excuse me. I'm not Superwoman, okay? But nevertheless, I worked on the blog. I put the blog up. Then, immediately after that, I put the podcast up. So, June, I did something that was moving towards my dream. July, I did something else that was moving towards my dream. And then August, I put this podcast show together. And all in all, I had already been writing notes as far as these 3 books. So don't think they just came out of the air. This is why I talk about always writing ideas down, always writing anything that comes to your head down. I don't care if it was in a dream, if it's just one word, if it's something that's heavy on your heart, writing it down in a journal, because you never know how those pieces of the puzzle will come together. Now I know why my path was what it was. So many people that know me, they know I've moved a lot in my life. And to everybody on the outside looking in, they're like, this girl, she just, oh my gosh, she's crazy. She don't have it together. No, that was my path. And I finally sat down. In case you didn't hear, I think I said it in a couple of shows before. I kept saying I moved about 20, 30 something times in my life. No, I added up how many times I've moved in my life from my knowledge since I was young, since I was a kid. I have moved 51 times physically in my life. And when I say 51 times, some of those times might have been 1 month. So that's why the number is just so much. It could have been 1 month staying here just to get myself back together and figure out what I'm doing next, or 3 months. So, but when I look at today, from 2016 to now, I have moved 7 times. 7 times, y'all. Think about it. Okay. First, I sold my house in Philadelphia. Then we moved closer to the college that my son was going to, and I was working for an apartment complex. But the problem was, once I stopped working for them and I went to work full time for New York Life, the policy was, if you're not an employee anymore, you had to move within 14 days. So I moved from there, and then I moved to another place that was closer to my new occupation, my new career. Then New York Life wasn't paying me the way they said they would. It's a long story, but anyway, I moved from there and I got evicted. If you've been following the show, I was evicted from that apartment. And from there, I went into a shelter for a month. And then from there, I got another apartment. And then from there, I went to the institute. I went to the retreat center to find out what is going on with me. Why is it that I move so much? Is this just something that's just, what the heck? You know what I mean? But I needed to connect with me. I needed to figure out, what is it that Adionne wants in her life? What is it that April, Livin, all the names that people call me, the different personalities I got inside that I'm able to keep in control. I'm not crazy with it, okay? But what is it, you know? And how can I make my life make sense? And there is when I was able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I just started scheduling out and making sure, okay, this is done on this day and this is done on that day. And everything had its day that I worked at it, you know. So it wasn't like I was working on 3 books all in one day. No, I sat there and was like, okay, this month I'm going to focus on this, and this month I'm going to focus on that, and, you know, and so forth and so forth. But in between that time, y'all heard sometimes I was riding down the road and I had to pull over to do the show. I made sure that I was committed to this show to prove the point to all of y'all that there really are no excuses. If you really want something, do it. You work with what you have to get what you want. And as you're working at it, it will get better and better. I can remember being excited about, I called my mom, I was like, oh my gosh, I got 5 people listen to the show and 5 downloads or whatever like that. Now, I have people, first of all, this show is on 13 different podcast platforms, major platforms, you know. I just got an email from some company, this Asian guy, I don't want to say his name wrong because if he's listening, but he emailed me and let me know that he put the podcast on his podcast search website. And for a CEO to email you, do you know how good that makes you feel? For me to receive emails from iHeartRadio and say, your show has been added to iHeartRadio. Your show has been added to iTunes. Your show has been added to TuneIn, to Stitcher. All of these major, your show is on Alexa. So when people who have Google Alexa says, Spreaker, play Chronicles-of-Livin-podcast show, bam, it comes on. That is a huge accomplishment, but it's all because I decided that this time I wasn't going to stop. This time I wasn't going to let the things of my past get in the way. I wasn't going to let the things, my, cycles come back around. And what that meant was I had to let go of some folk. Or I had to let some folk just fall to the wayside. Because some people just basically stopped calling me. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's what's meant to happen. People that I would never think would just stop calling me. So I'm like, okay, well. And then while I'm at the, retreat center, my phone wasn't working. So I took that in the beginning, I was a little mad, but after a while I thought about it. I said, you know what? That's God. I came here to find out who I am, and now all of a sudden my cell phone is not working. my cell phone works everywhere. I had this cell phone for, I don't know, I think a cell phone company for like 15 years. And it's not one time I've ever been in a place that I didn't get reception. But the 7 months I was at that retreat center, no reception. You know, I had to go far outside and I wasn't doing all of that. Talk on the phone. So little things like that. When things like that happen to you, don't fight it. That means that's God interfering and saying, listen, you need this to be away from you right now because you need to focus. And if I allow your cell phone to work, you're not going to be totally tuned in to what it is that you need to be doing right now to make yourself better, to find out what it is that you need to be doing moving forward, you know, and how you need to do it. I had to, you know, stop helping people that I felt didn't really want to help themselves, but they wanted to make excuses. And to them, it wasn't excuses, and rightfully so. Until we all grow to a certain point and start being honest with ourselves and stop pointing the finger to everybody else, which I myself used to do. And that's how I know. You know what I mean? We have to start looking at ourselves and stop pointing the finger at somebody or something or some situation. We all have control of our life. We all, no matter what you think. It might be a tight situation right now that you're living in, but I'm here to tell you, for somebody that moved 51 times in her life, 7 times in my childhood, and then before my son, I can't remember the number, but anyway, with my son, it was 26 times, and he's only 20. But some of those times he was, like, he's in college now. So this whole 7 times, he didn't have to bear it like I did. You know, he helped me, but he didn't have to go through as much as I did, you know. And when I listen to people, and this is not me being judgmental, but this is me keeping it all the way real. Because I can do this. Because I have lived with no electric, no gas, no water. And I worked around each and every last situation. And I did it in a way that my son didn't see me go in panic mode. Because this is what we need to understand as adults. The way you react to a situation is the way you're going to make your child believe that's how they're supposed to react when life doesn't go their way. And that is not good for them. You know what I mean? We, as people, as individuals, are all strong in our own right. A lot of people tell me, you know, when they go through things, oh no, Adionne, April, Living, whichever name you know, you don't understand, or, you know, they use you on understand. I use overstand, but you don't understand what I'm going through. No, I overstand perfectly well. It's just that I choose to see the problem or the issue as a teachable moment. I choose to let out whatever tears or whatever disappointment I feel inside and grieve in a day and let it go. And realize that, okay, this problem is not going to fix itself. And nobody else is going to fix it for me. So therefore, I need to pull it together and figure out a way to make life easier or make life smoother. So me moving so many times was just that. Rather it was because I was moving because I believed in somebody, rather it be business, rather it be relationship or whatever. But I was always moving, believing that things would get better. And while things might not have worked out the way I planned it to. It really did. Because today I can honestly say all the things that happened in my life is for this moment. It's for you. It's for you to hear and for you to be encouraged and inspired and motivated from, because I am being so open into sharing and letting you into my life and letting you know that you're not the only one. You're not the only one, and you're not stuck. And you're not in a position that it's just never going to get better. It will always get better. But first, you have to believe that it will get better. Don't think that it's not times that I sit and say, gosh, man, I'll be glad when, things is totally smooth. I'll be glad when, yes, I do. Yes, I do. But the thing is, you say it, you identify with it, and you keep it moving. Because as long as you stay stuck, as long as you continue to live in a victim mentality, as long as you continue to talk about the things that happened to you, you're never going to grow. You're never going to get past it, and you're going to keep living in the past. Because every time you bring up whatever happened to you, you're living in the past. You're not living in the present. You're not looking towards the future. You are stuck in the past, and that's why you can't move further. So I'm telling y'all this because I know this from experience. If any of y'all out there can say y'all move more than me, email me and let me know. I need addresses, okay? Because I actually remembered the addresses and identified and wrote in parentheses why I moved. Now that's some deep stuff, to have that type of memory. I sat there for probably, I might have been close to 2 hours to try to remember and recall, each move. Now, I might not have narrowed down the years, but I recall the moves, and all the people that I was able to meet along the way, to learn from, and for me to be able to teach them. If I would have gave up after, say, a month of doing this podcast show because, I'm not, getting a lot of downloads or whatever like that, this show wouldn't be heard all over the world right now. Right now, this show is being heard. I'm going to go down the list. I'm looking at my stats. In, let me see, Japan, Canada, Germany, Brazil, United Kingdom, Singapore, Spain, Hungary, Finland. Finland, dang. And of course in the United States, California, different parts of California, and Tokyo, Japan. In a bunch of different parts of California. Okay, California, much love. Maryland, and of course Philadelphia, Oregon, so Kansas. I'm just like, what if Virginia? If I would have stopped doing this show, whoever is listening from those areas, I don't know which platform out of the 13 that I have knowledge of that this podcast show is being played on, but if I would have stopped, I don't care if those people listen to the show one time. That one time that they clicked on my show might have made a major difference in their life. All because I decided that no matter what happens, I was going to keep moving. I was going to keep doing this show. I was going to be disciplined and come on every Sunday, like I said, and Wednesday. Out of this 100 episodes, I missed 3 shows. And that was my birthday. What was the other holiday? I think Mother's Day or something like that. And to move my son. And moving my son, I simply forgot the day. It was just so much going on. Outside of that, all the other stuff and chaos that was going on, all those times I was moving in between, I still came on. I still encouraged y'all. I still shared my life in hope that it would pick you up, in hope that it will allow you to look at your life from a different angle and to learn how to appreciate where you are and get excited about where you are going. That is what life is all about. Appreciating what you got going on. The fact that you might have family. Some people don't have family. Some people don't have kids. Your kid might be bad, but some people wish they can have your bad kid. Really. You know what I mean? Some people, your mother you might not have a good relationship, but some people wish they can have a mother. We have to start appreciating what we have and learning how to create dialogue with the broken relationships that really are important, you know? And I'll share this because, my time is going. I could stay on, but I just don't want to bore y'all, just in case I am, because y'all know I could talk. But I'll share this. One of the biggest reasons that confirmed that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be today is me going in to be a part of this new organization that I'm going to be working with. I had some training yesterday. And as I was going through the training, I'm like, this is deep, because some of the material, and I'm going to say a lot of the material that we were going over is in my books. And I just started this training. So my books are ready to be published. So it's not like I got the information from my training, and I think God purposely orchestrated it like that just to show me and to reward me for listening to my spirit and to believing what he put on my heart to do, and not thinking like this is too over the top, making a workbook, making a journal. Like, I just want to write a book, you know what I mean? Just wanted to write a book, and then here comes this idea. No, create a workbook with it. Create a journal with it. I'm a journal person. So that was, I guess that was, should have been anyway. So that's my thing. But I want y'all, when y'all get a chance now, I just threw this website together, and I'm serious. I normally don't do this, but just so y'all can see that you work with what you got until you get what it is that you want. I literally put this website together yesterday. After I came from training, it was about maybe 6 o'clock that I put this site together. Had to make the banner and everything. But go to adionneyourdreampusher.website. You can see the book covers. You can see right there. That's where, I'm not finished, the descriptions, but I'm showing y'all just to show y'all. Do what you can, The books will be available by the end of June. They're already in process of being published. So by the end of June, it might be sooner. Hopefully it's sooner. They will be available. And so what I want to do for all my visionary dreamers, whoever's still listening, because that's why I waited to the end, is this. I want to thank y'all. So the first 5 people that email me at adionneyourdreampusher at gmail.com. And I put the links in the description of this podcast show. And I put the website address in the description. So adionneyourdreampusher at gmail.com, email me. And I want to hear how this show has helped you. That's what I want to hear. So for the first 5 people that email me, you got to email me your address, your full address, because I'm going to send you a copy of Lessons I Learned as an Entrepreneur, Dreams Can Become Reality. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to mail it to you free of charge soon as the books are finished being published. And the one person out of that 5, whoever has the best story as to how this show has helped them, I'm going to send you all 3 books. Okay? That is my gift back. Now, I wanted to do 10, or 20, but then my son reminded me about the fact that people are listening all over the world. So I don't know how the delivery charges are going to be. So I'll front the 5, okay? I'll do that. I'll say the 5 and then the one person, all 3 books. Whoever, I want to hear from y'all, please. And even if you just share with me, how has this podcast show helped you? I know along the way, people have been sharing, they'll inbox me or email me, and it makes me feel so good because I was always a private person. Anybody that knows me knows I would have never let anybody into my life and just exposed all the things that I've been through. I would have never exposed that I went without gas, electric, I went in a shelter and stuff and that's not a bad thing. Stuff happens. Life happens. And I'm sharing this so everybody can take off the mask. Because once you take off your mask, you are free. And those people who want to judge you, who want to talk about you, you already know what I'm going to say. You tell them, kick rocks. You are responsible for your life, for your happiness, okay? You are responsible for your happiness. So if you're miserable every day, you need to figure out, what you need to do is wait until June and you need to buy the workbook. You need to buy the Transform Your Life workbook because there's some deep stuff in there. It's going to make you go deep. And I just want to thank my visionary dreamers because as I was creating this book, I actually utilized the assignments in the book for them and the reports and the way it changed them. And they told me it helped them. It just confirmed to me that I was doing the right thing. So if these assignments that is in the book can help them become better with themselves and with what they were doing and get their business off the ground, then I'm sure it can help you. So definitely email me, like the podcast, share the podcast, put the link on your social media page. It's about sacrifice, y'all. Sometimes, when you're going after your dreams and your visions, your loved ones might not be able to understand. They might not accept the fact that you might not be able to make certain events and certain things, But you have to stand strong in your truth. And you have to be hopeful that they love you enough to just understand that and respect the fact that you are going after your dreams, your visions, and your goals. And that in doing that, it takes time. And if they love you enough, they will just take it as, she was there. She would be there if she could. Because trust me, I've made plenty of events. So with all of that being said, I hope that I touched on, I believe I did, majority of the stuff that I wanted to touch on. But definitely pursue your dreams, y'all. Pursue your visions. Dust off those goals. If you have a spouse, work together, support each other. Don't judge. Support each other. You never know what'll come out of it. Work together. So that's all I got to say today. This is a long one, rightfully so. And I thought about this, the 100 episodes, and everybody's like, oh, you gotta do something special. Well, something special is these books being complete and on its way to publishing and being available for sale. That's huge. 3 books at one time. And they're not 10-page books. These are, books that have hundreds of pages in them. So I just want to further inspire y'all, encourage y'all. So I pray that you go out and you support and you get the books, not for me, but for you. Because that's why I took the time to sacrifice to write them for you. For you. So email me. Let me know how you feel today. How has the show helped you? What did you get out of it? Give me some ideas on things that can help even more. These are not the last 3 books that I'm going to write. But when you go to the website, don't judge. Because like I said, I put that together yesterday. I was up until 4:30 this morning and had to be at training by 9. So that's how dedicated I am to you, because I wanted something to show you, to inspire you and to encourage you that you too can do whatever it is that you want to do. Might be some hard work, might be some research, but at the end of the day, you are worth it. You are worth investing in you. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. And from this day forth, there will be no more Wednesday, because I'm going into so many other ventures, with the books and everything coming up. It's a lot of stuff that's mapped out. And plus, with this new organization that I'm working with, it's a lot. So I'm not going to cheat myself or you. So every Sunday at 7 p.m., I will be here. I will be here. So from here on out, Sunday is the day that I'm coming on, 7 p.m. So make sure y'all tune in, share the links, go down. It's 100 episodes, y'all. Whatever title hits y'all, maybe you need to hear it. I love each and every last one of y'all, and I thank y'all for always tuning in, downloading the show, sharing the show, talking about the show, and inboxing me and let me know how the show has helped you. I thank y'all so much, and I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Hugs from the U.S. of A. and kisses. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.